All right. So cool. Got that set up. How's everybody doing? Um, what is it? The 27th, 9:30 on 27th, and yeah, man, just hanging out, trying to see what's going on with what. And I've been enjoying myself with that RAM, dude. It's fucking dope. It's so sick to have that much RAM. It's just like you don't have to. I don't have to worry about nothing. I mean, like all the stuff that usually kind of get a little bit laggy, no problems. Remixing songs and stuff is so fucking easy, and I can put all the effects that I want to put on there. Sienna, Guru, and all the like the UAD effect. That was that one. I mean, I could actually pull it up, but couldn't I? Let me pull this over here real quick. Bam. Let's take a quick look over here. Come on now. Why are you doing me like that? One day. There we are. No. Dude, what are you doing to me? It's supposed to be monitor. What? There, that's one. Okay, damn. Make things difficult, don't you? Alright, so I've got UAD here pulled up. I've also got this is a pretty expensive reverb as far as CPU and stuff. Right now I'm trying to decide between the Need preamp, which is turned off, and the wait, where'd it go? Oh, I do have an Omnitech on there. Let me move that up here. There's an Omnitech right there. That's what I wanted to have. So I'm trying to decide between the two preamps, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And they both have their values and pluses and minuses. But I don't know. This one's supposed to be like the Motown style, and the cool thing is because it has like that, I can use this on and check out the RAM right here. We've got 50% CPU usage, 0% disk. It's normally really peaked out, like it's just using 20% UAD. That's usually like got it taxed out. But I can just keep adding stuff and adding stuff until just can't process it anymore. Which is, I mean, it's so sweet. Like I said, I could put this on every channel. I could put that one on, and so if I wanted to give it like a true, like it's going through like the Motown mixer. I was trying to get in touch with Plugin Alliance because they have the. Do I have one up? Yeah, like this one here. Okay, come on now. Of course you are. Anyways, you can see right here the channels. You can just randomize that, and this whole section can be turned off. Where's that at right there? Yeah, see, so you don't have to even deal with that at all. So I was thinking they should make this as a separate plugin, so that way if you have another EQ that you want to use, you can increase it. You know what I mean? You can make it have this same. You don't have to necessarily give all 30. I mean, this has got what? Yeah, 20 channels. Give away a free one that has like 20 channels, like this has. And I mean, just pick like a clean one, so it gives it like variation. I mean, so there's not like, and then that way you can use your EQ and the coloring. It doesn't give any color other than the effect of going through a different channel on the mixing board. It'd be a cool free effect to give away because they have all those other ones they give away free, and I mean that would just be cool. So that you could use the same thing on your waves. If you wanted decided to use this one here, or one of the EQs in this. Of course, I have all these, this one right here, and then you have that strip could go. It would go on the bottom, it'd be below that, and you can just change it, give it a little slight variation. It's still powered by that, but anyways, I got the Neold. This thing is a vintagey thing, vintagey sounding. So that's just too much. So this has a compressor on there also. Oh, come on now. There we go. Yeah. That's what I thought. Don't make me have to hurt you. Come on now. Don't make me have to hurt you. Come on now. Come on, fishy, fishy. There you go. Caught your ass, little fishy, fishy. Come on now. Screen size is relative to your screen. And if you have two screens, you know what I mean. Okay, that's got an effect on there also. Let's try and see what's going on with that. How are you doing? That was rather rude of me not to ask, huh? I should have asked. I don't know if I asked or not. I might have. I'll have to rewind. No, I didn't check. So, how are you doing? I'm sorry, that was rude. I didn't wait for your answer. How are you doing? No, wait, hang on. Hang on. It keeps happening. Wait, go. You were talking? You're saying something? How are you doing? Damn it, dude. Why do you keep doing that? All right, we're just going to let it go because he doesn't seem to want to, he doesn't want to cooperate. All right, so how are you doing? That's kind of cool. I apologize about that. That was bad. It was very bad. I'll do one sometime when I have like a, I mean, this might be the one to do. Maybe when I do a remix, I'll go ahead and save this set. Let me actually do that. Go ahead and save this scene. Yeah, I'll save that. Update scene. Then make another one. I'll make like a more vintagey scene. And then what I'll do is I'll actually strip down the drums. Like, oh shit, yeah, hell yeah. Drop the drums down to way more vintagey than that. What kind of drums could I choose? Oh, I could probably choose Imperial drums. That's got a nice vintagey sound. Ooh. Yeah. So dope. some kind of matching. So I might want to pick something a little bit different then. There's custom vintage, or contemporary vintage. I always call it custom vintage. Contemporary vintage. That's a good snare. Stuart Copeland style. Hell yeah. But anyways, yeah, so how's everybody doing? No music starting this time. Yeah, I'm just tripping out on how much I can do now with all this extra RAM and shit. So, like for example, if I were to wanted to bring in another instrument, that'd be as easy as just doing it. Um, let's see, what would I have? Yeah, sample tank. Oh, I wonder if they have a Hammond B3. Let's try and bring that in here. You gonna load? Yeah, you're gonna load, but it's gonna take a little second, aren't you? There we go. That's pretty fucking awesome. Oh, nice. I wonder if they have a accordion replace. You can combine them, but I'd rather replace it. See, they have an accordion here. I'm sure they do of some sort. I just gotta look. There we go. Nope, not you. Yeah, well, search instruments. Accordion. Let's check it out. It's a pretty good sounding accordion. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and bring that MIDI. Which one is that's muted? So we gotta find the one that's got the accordion there. Okay, but where's your MIDI? Yeah, I hear you, but where's your MIDI, guy? Bitty 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 MIDI. Itty bitty MIDI. There we go. That was nice. That was easy of you to do. Thank you. That was very simple. Maybe this comes in later. Well, I know this is... Okay, there it is. Good. Okay, it's stretched wide. That's what's going on. It's got a longer... There we go. Bring it down in a bit. That might be a little bit too much because I want to see where it starts. Hey, of course you do. And can I stretch you back? Yes, I can. Alright. Copy. We want to go down to sample tank and edit, paste, and a solo. try something. Hello, hello, hello. 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 Output 1 and 2. No, we don't want that. We want to go to main. What are you doing? What are you doing to me, main? Okay, just go to main. Okay, cool. Let's just call it that. So let's do simple tank. And the freaking stack of there. What is that? That's not sample. There, that's sample. SA greater than, I don't know, file save.
It's nice to see you just like me. You're just as horrid as I am. I'm trying to drown myself in all this clutter. So go and call me ugly. I won't stop it if you don't. 'Cause nothing matters when you're face down in the gutter. It's nice to see it just like me. You're just as horrid as I am. I'm trying to drown myself in all this clutter. So go and color me ugly. I won't stop it if you don't. 'Cause nothing matters when you're face down in the gutter. It's nice to see it just like me. You're just as horrid as I am. I'm trying to drown myself in all this clutter. So go and color me ugly. I won't stop it if you don't. Nothing matters when you're face down in the gutter.
With this much RAM, I think the next stop on this song, well, pretty much on all songs now, is going to be to go ahead and send the drums out and mix them through a console of some sort, one of these console EQs I have. You know, compression, EQ, all that jazz, and then just go ahead and do that. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and now that I've got this, also I'm next time they have a sale, I'll go ahead and check out UAD because they have an effect. I mean, there's several effects they have that I do like, and I don't have them just yet. There's one that sounds like Sound City, Universal Audio. So I do have the FET compressor. I don't think I have this one. I don't think this is mine. Do I have this? Let's find out. No, demo's expired. Exactly. That's what I thought. So let's go ahead and delete that. But there's a lot of stuff. I got Capital Chambers. That's definitely mine. Tube Channel. That's mine too. The Fairchild. I don't think that is. Hitsville. I think that's EQ. Yeah, I don't have that. LA2A compressor. I have that. I don't have the Manley Passive, but I have the Pulsec. I think I have one of these. I don't know which ones I have. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just been a very interesting, weird time to watch. I don't know. I really don't know any way to put it other than that because it's just so bizarre. We've never had anything like this before. There's so many things that are coming together at the same time. AI, the reality of the Republican Party, the reality of the Democratic Party, the reality of America. They're all coming to a head at the exact same time. It's crazy. We got a constitutional crisis already. I mean, it's already there. It's there right now because there is no precedent for this. They have to play it correctly. Everyone's wondering why haven't they come in there? That's some January 6th shit. You know what I mean? They're looking at. They need him to do it, step completely the fuck out of line. They've already got all the footage. They need him to step completely the fuck out of line. Which, of course, will be so far out of line that the people will turn. And once that happens, it's over for him. Then all that's left is what do we do with ourselves after? Yeah, I'm still streaming because it has been streaming recently. It's like I've been streaming and then I get done and I get hit to stop and it starts streaming for some reason. I don't know. So there's been, God, God damn it! I don't know what's for me to say and what's for me not to say. I mean, it's too late at this point now, because I mean, it's all the pieces. If you go back and watch my videos, I was talking about how we're coming to a time. The past, the kingdom of heaven, Yeshua says, Jesus says, is like leaven that a woman hid in 3 parts until the whole bread was leavened. The past is done. It's leveled. There's nothing, we cannot go back and do it. It's done. It's done. That is influencing the present, which is pushing us further into the future. We think we have infinite options in the future, but that's not the way it goes at all. Everything we're doing now is limiting what the future can possibly be. Okay? Now, this whole system is a closed loop. Okay? There is a beginning, there is an end. It's like every book, every storybook. Up until recently, I should say. It's like every book. It has a beginning, it has a middle. I open up to Genesis, and it has Revelation at the end. It has an end. How it all ends. How this all ends. It's not how life ends. And there is no they lived happily ever after, so therefore there must be something to write after. After all is done, there must be something to write. And I think that's going to be for all of us to do. We all get a chance to write. Now, I mean, the ones that make it through, of course, but there's really... The opposite of eternal life is not eternal damnation. It's eternal death. It makes mention of that several times throughout the book, about eternal death. Eternal? So you were never born? It says when a person dies, they take their sin with them. So all the things you did, if you don't make it, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure there will be a standard. Look at, imagine the universe keeps doing circles and gets a little bit better each time. Yeah, and it's still moving forward, but it's doing circle. It's not just going this way. It gets to the end and goes, that was interesting. What if we change this? That's interesting. We're almost there. We've almost got perfected. Keep going. It's almost perfect. We've almost got it. We've got it all down. We've got the systems, like all the breathing and all the air and all that stuff. It's all done. The body. I was watching a video the other day about design, because they're saying the problem with all VR is the same. I like watching those videos about problems because I can usually fix them pretty quickly. This one I haven't fixed, but I didn't put a whole lot of mind to it because of the fact of what I learned watching it. The guy was talking about how like VR is blah 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 blah, but the interface is very buggy, and he starts going through design and design basics and stuff. And so basically, the best design is the best user interface is not. There is no user interface. It's invisible. It's just kind of intuitive how to use it. He gave example of scissors. There's only one thing to do with really scissors, is cut. In the real world, in virtual, I mean, you can stab somebody, but I mean, the use of the tool. A screwdriver, it's got one hand for the handle, and it's got the end that goes into the screw. It doesn't really need, it doesn't come with an instruction booklet. None of us really need it, you know, because we know how a screwdriver works. You just, how much torque and pressure and all that shit we may not know, but we understand the concept. In the same way, the graphical user interface for VR, they're saying should be about that fluid. But there's always clunky interfaces. One of the reasons why is that it's not doing an accurate measurement of one-to-one space. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, when you reach for something, although you can tell that I'm moving forward, it doesn't translate that into exactly the amount, however many inches I move forward, it goes into a virtual version of that. It doesn't translate exactly. So when I go to reach for the book that's in front of me, I'm reaching for a different distance than where the book actually is. On top of that, in virtual reality, in video games, being near enough, you can just then you do an when you're if you're looking at a certain thing, you can press like X to interact with it in video games, and open up chests and things like that. You just hit a lot of the games are just hitting X because that's interaction. And there's the jump button and there's other stuff. Once you start learning all this stuff, it's interesting how it all works. But it got me thinking. As I was had my earbuds and I was cleaning my kitchen and stuff, and yeah, I should probably make some dinner here pretty soon. I was thawing some burger. That's what I was thinking about. So the burger's thawed. I'll make something here in a bit. But the best user interface is not there at all. It's just intuitive to how to use it. And I had to pause it immediately. So like, within the human body is the most perfect design ever. There's no graphical user interface on this. There's no user manual. They try to with school, but there's no, even that, if you keep awake, that doesn't, it gives you some foundation of kind of how to think about stuff. And like, okay, I see how you came with that idea. I do. I see how you came with that idea. But even your rules say equal and opposite could have done the same thing. I don't know what the equal and opposite necessarily, but you're saying. So therefore, the equal and opposite of what you're saying could be the an equal and opposite reaction. For example, the dinosaurs, maybe they didn't get wiped out by an asteroid. No asteroid needed. Homegrown supervolcano. It'd be the reverse of an asteroid hitting. Same effect. They talk about how the nuclear winter from a supervolcano. Same effect. Ash everywhere. Same effect. Blotting out the sky. All that stuff. Now, instead of being one, if it was several supervolcanoes just launching out, it could explain the moon. Each time it vomits something out, the air settles down. Yeah, I mean, it pulls some of the thing in the air with it. The rain is dropping down, rinsing out some of the, you know what I mean? And then, so we get a layer on the ground. Maybe that's where the building blocks of life come from, for fuck's sake. And maybe it's very, very warm. Carbon. Isn't that like in volcanic ash? That's how plants grow. So maybe that's where it started at. There's just volcanic ash everywhere, very fertile. And a lot of carbon dioxide. You need something that lives on carbon dioxide and breathes air so that when the amphibians come out, there's air to breathe. So the plants had to be there first. There had to be an oxygen-rich environment. So more than likely, after several things like that, once the plants started growing, even if they were somewhat wiped out from like a nuclear winter type thing, when they come back, they're filtering air. And they're probably, like, if there's no one eating on them, they just grow. Can you imagine the plants and vegetation on this planet just growing with no herbivores to munch on it? It'd be so much oxygen in the air that you kind of would, I mean, the fish would kind of be able to walk on land. They get out and like, it's about the same. It would have to be, otherwise they would struggle and die. There'd have to be so much oxygen that their underwater breathing system worked above. There's a lot of shit. If you put, like I said, if you put your brain to it, it's Adam and Eve. Was Eve Lucifer? Eve to grow dark, when the light falls. Lucifer, the bright one. Is it ADAM or ATOM, the smallest unit of God? Possible. Like a periodic table, it's the smallest unit. Atom. Atomic weight of God. Ooh, that cracks something in my back. Something real good. All right. So, but yeah, I mean, there's just so much shit that just bounces around my head like all the fucking time, and I don't know what to do with a lot of it sometimes. So I just, it's caused me a lot of pain like most of my life. But mainly because I just refuse to go along to get along. And that kind of mind is just, I mean, this world loves those kind of minds for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons. You don't want to know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been. I'm fucking Lou. Does it show that I watch Fight Club way too much? Or I've seen it way too much? Because I don't know, man. I've got my favorite shit, and when I do, I find my things I like, and I just stick with it. I do. I don't change up shit. I don't know. I find what I like, I stick with it. I usually have like, I guess like in coffee, I have this cherry blend that I like a lot, but I mix it with Verona. But it's already two, because like the cherry is too light and the Verona isn't too dark, but combined together it's like this chocolate cherry kind of flavor. It's really really good. So I just mix the two, and I'm not like such a coffee snob that I'll turn down some coffee, McCafe or whatever the hell those are. What was that one? Yeah, anyway, in Folgers or any of that, I'll drink it. But I mean, like in my house, when I'm getting ready to write. Oh, I need my cherry. I need my cherry coffee, man. Amongst other things, but yeah, I don't know, man. If anyone doesn't know, I mean, I've written The Robber and the Thief. It's my first novel, and it's free. It's on here on YouTube, and I got the chapter markers. There's 5 parts to it, and I put chapters in there to break it up, so you can come back and check it out whenever you want to. Like on the bottom, like if you want to pause around, whatever. Because before, I just didn't want any chapters in it. I don't like them. I didn't feel like my book. I didn't want my book to have that. It's kind of a first person experience, and so I wanted to be more like, I don't know. I wanted to be what I wanted it to be. I don't want to follow the rules. I don't want to alienate anybody, because I mean, that's something I noticed with with all artists. You don't get to just come out and be crazy. Not crazy, crazy, crazy. You have to prove that you can do regular first. Picasso, he's got lots of, no, I won't say lots, but he's got paintings where he's, just regular paintings. But what made him stand out was and you look at it, he didn't need all that super fine detail with the Matador painting to do his cubism at all. Had he come out with just a cubism, people would probably been like, what the fuck is this bullshit? It's like a child drew this shit. The eyes are all disproportionate and shit, but then you see like his Matador and you go, oh, you're doing it on purpose. Genius. Why? Why is one genius and one's a fucking, this fucking idiot? Look at the eye. It's not in the right fucking, who's supposed to, it's cubism. The fuck is that? It's something he made up. Oh, he had to, because that shit's fucking what? Now that belongs in the Sistine Chapel. The fuck is this? The original version of That's Not Music, That's not art. That's not painting. It's all one color. There's no shading or anything like that to it. It sucks. I wonder how many people said that, and then like later on, they're just like the slow clap, just one guy in the museum, like everyone else is just passing by it, and then everybody else suddenly sees it, and just says, "Do I fantasize too much? I fantasize too much." What if it was happening right now, though? You know what I mean? It'd be so great. You would turn on the news, and just like this whole city is just celebrating this Picasso. Like I finally saw it. I thought it was just like I thought it was drawn by a 4-year-old. Well, that's so fucking fuck Picasso. And then I saw his other stuff. I'm like, oh, he meant to do it. Drummers, if you go out there and just kind of go nuts, but if you prove that you can keep a beat, first, then you start doing some weird shit, then like, you just take the beat and purposely rush it, and then slow it, and then rush it, and still hit the one? Yeah, I did that on purpose. That wasn't an accident. Listen to go with a dot. Doot, 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 doot. Just nod your head to it, and you'll go, oh shit, yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah. Huh. I'm not saying I don't fuck up. I got lots of mistakes, but sometimes I was listening to some of the drums today, and I was like, kind of going, that's kind of. Hang on. I started like nodding my head along to him, like, oh yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention to it because you see my body and it's just flailing. It doesn't have the grace of like Matt Cameron and like a real true drummer. It's more like Animal or a Muppet, just. Yeah. Kermie. Oh, Kermie. Ah, what are you doing? No, really, what are you doing? What are we doing today? Who's ready to get into some silly shit? Like reality. Who's ready to make some reality changes? I'm ready to make some reality changes. Anyone else tired of this shit? This is a shitty story. If I'm being honest, it's a shitty story. I've already seen how it goes, and it doesn't get better from here. I mean, yeah, God comes back. I mean, it says that it's so fucking bad that if God didn't speed up the fucking time, nobody'd make it out alive. I don't want to do that shit. I mean, I will, because we got no other choice, really, you know what I mean? But I don't want to do that shit. Hopefully he speeds it the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Donnie's got to just fucking tell it. He's got to tell it like it is. He is the Antichrist. He's just got to go ahead and tell his fucking look. Why are you guys still supporting me? I've been lying to you this whole fucking time. He's got to either get some power where he thinks that he can't be checked. You know what I mean? As soon as he thinks he's got it where he does not need anybody, he's gonna pop. He's gonna explode. And or if he loses enough people. And he's losing people. He'll do something that will be like fucked up. I'm not saying necessarily that like he'll do. It'll be a people pleasing type move. You know what I mean? Which would be like it'll be so gross and pathetic that everybody will probably lose all respect for him. You know what I mean? Because that's the most important thing to him is that people think he's great. Especially this close to achieving what he wants to achieve. I mean, he's in the office. He's in the office. I wouldn't doubt if most of his life, I mean, because he tends to do that kind of shit where he just says shit. He just says whatever. And I'm sure over the years, either people just didn't call him on it. Like when he's cheating at golf. He's not such a formidable opponent. Or even like he's so blatant about it from what I hear that it was just like, why would you even bother calling him on it? You know what I mean? He knows he cheated, and he probably more than likely knows that you know he cheated. Playing golf. And so, but if you're not going to call him on it, and I mean, you got to call him like, fuck this, I quit, dude. I mean, because you're just going to cheat the whole fucking game? which means I'm going to lose, but not because I lost, but because you cheated the whole fucking time. And if I don't let you cheat, you're going to cry that you got some kind of fucking... So I refuse to play this fucking game with you anymore. Okay, have fun. You go win the tournament at your fucking golf club yet again. Everyone's so proud of Big Boy Donnie winning the golf tournament at his own fucking golf course. That is so fucking pathetic and sad. It's worse than him framing the fake Time magazine cover. I guarantee he's probably ditched all those for the real. Now that he's made actual Time, he's probably ditched the fake ones. But he probably told people all the time, "Oh yeah, that's when I was in Time magazine. I have him up at all my golf course." Fucking piece of shit, dude. He's a lying shitbag. And for more than likely most of his life, he's probably just lied. And it's just worked out for him. So he thinks that that's just how the way life goes. Because he's a child. Him and Elon, both mentally, they're children. You've got a guy that's a father to at least 11 children that we know, still getting giddy about a Doge meme. A meme coin. Dude, you might still be, I don't know, richest man on planet Earth. And you're laughing at fart jokes. Now, I love a good fart joke, but there's a time and a place, and when the fucking country is flailing is not a time to name your fucking department after one of your fart jokes. Because that's what it is. Doge. We already got a Doge. Department of Justice. You're going to find out all about him, Elon. Because I'm pretty sure what you did was fucking illegal. Going to the Treasury without clearance? I guarantee that's fucking illegal. You're not even a citizen, dude. Not natural born. There's no way you have clearance to get in that fucking room. Doge is going to come back to bite you, Department of Justice. You're doggy. You're Doge. There's no Doge. Dojo. D-O-J-O. Bunch of childish idiots, man. That's gotta be one of the dumbest fucking things to make a fucking joke about any goddamn way. Dog with an E at the end? Fuck. What else makes you laugh? Bubbles in the fucking bathtub when you, again, farting. It smells like bubbles. The fuck are you doing? Heiling Hitler on stage? The fuck is wrong with you? No, we won the election, so therefore everyone has to do what we say. No, I still have a brain of my own. I know you want to put in brain chips to stop that, but I still have my own brain. So fuck you, Elon. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Kash Patel. Fuck you, Pam Bondi. I would like to talk to you personally, Pam Bondi, and tell you how I feel. I'm really glad you asked it. Thank you very much for asking this question. I know you have limited time, so I'm very glad you asked this question. To get to the heart of your question, we must ask, what is a department? What is justice? Can I lead it? Well, I don't know. I'm glad you asked that question. To get to the heart of that question, we must ask the very important question. Who here hasn't kissed Donald Trump's ass? Well, what are you waiting for? Do you want to go to jail? I have a very important question to ask you, Pam Bondi. Would you please come and arrest me so I can ask you in person? I want to ask what the fuck's wrong with your brain that you would talk like that. You won by the largest margin. Thank you. Yeah, I did. When anyone else want to say great things about me? Your laugh is infectious like the sexual transmitted diseases you didn't catch in the 70s while you're trying to fight your war, your Vietnam here, having sex. And you dared compare the, dodging sexually transmitted diseases. That was your Vietnam. Boy, it must be tough to be Donald Trump. Especially deferment. Bones first! People that usually do well in college don't often sue you if you want to look at their grades. Especially as they brag about how smart they are. Seems to be like him and Meghan McCain. The only thing they have really going for them is that they had someone who's famous near them had a relative that was famous. It's the only thing they've got going at all. Other than that, they're useless. Anyone need a cousin of a smart person? No? Okay, so he's completely fucking useless. My uncle. Fuck you and your uncle. I've got an uncle that's a vet. I got an uncle that's a lawyer. I got lots of fucking relatives that do a lot of shit. That doesn't translate to me in any way. Except in your weird fucking fever Hitler dream. Well, it's just natural that the genes pass. Yeah, your dad's dementia probably passed to you. Man, woman. Fuck, name some things right in front of you so that you can... Camera. Name more things! Television. One more! Come on. Oranges. The oranges. The beginnings of this thing, the origins. So what we really gotta do is get to the oranges. Yeah, that's a superior mind. Brain! Yeah, god damn it, get the fuck out of here. Shit. How the fuck is it a good idea to just grab people, no due process, and call them witches and burn them? How would you know if they're a witch? A duck? Christians, the fuck is wrong with your brains? The ones that are pro-Trump. It does say in the Bible that the Antichrist will come and that he'll sway anybody that would take him. Allow them to, you know what I mean? And here he is doing it. Again, like all you had to tell me that he was the Antichrist was let me know that he was selling Bibles. Yeah. Antichrist. That's something very Antichrist-y. Has his name. He signed it? You mean the King James Version that's in the public domain that you can get for free? and the Declaration of Independence, which is in the public domain, so you can get a copy for free. Oh, he combined them together into a book that you can masturbate to America to. You can wedge it around your pee-pee or whatever tickles your fancy. No? Then what are you doing? What's with all the flags? So when there are other presidents, you weren't proud to be an American? But Michelle Obama as a bastard for saying that she's finally proud of America. But when he was president, you weren't proud of America. And when Biden was president, all your flags from Trump came down. So you weren't proud of America at all points in time in your life, you traitor? A real patriot is at the right time. I don't know what I believe. I know I believe in God, and He loves America. America was founded by stealers, rapers, and murderers. No, they weren't sent by God. They came to practice their own religion. They had Catholicism. They had Protestantism. They had all the first. They just came over here and started practicing a bastardized version of it. So what kind of Christianity do they want to perform over there that they couldn't do over there with Church of England, Catholicism, Protestantism, fucking all the different fucking. There's not really any new churches over there. They're all pretty old. They've already decided who their God is and what they're going to do. The weirdest thing, they came over here to be free of their religion. You know, the oppressive king enforcing the religion. Now they have a king, but it's not like oppressive. And they have religion, but it's not, it's like they're the most like fucking, some of the most atheistic people in Europe. But the atheists that you guys call forefathers came over here to beat slaves and basically not be the poor people. They didn't mind the fucking, they just minded it being their asshole all the time. So they decided to come over here and start doing some fucking. And they realized how far away they were from the people fucking them. Got rather comfortable. Taxes, my ass. You don't see the same thing going on over and over? Taxes, fuck you, come get them. You're way the fuck over there in England. You're gonna come all the way over. They're coming all the way over here to get their fucking taxes. Okay. We got guns, right? Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Overthrow a tyrannical government that's funding everything that you're doing. And you don't want to pay your taxes. Man, that sounds familiar. The Tea Party. Wasn't that like, there was the Boston Tea Party. And there was all those guys with the tricorder hats, whatever the fuck they're called, those hats, and looking all stupid as fuck. Dressing like it's, you know. Because I write with a quill. And nothing has changed since the forefathers were here. This exact same country now. I mean, since we went then, there was like 13 colonies. Now we're 50 states. Why should things change? Right, I get the weather's different, the climate's different, the people are different, people have different attitudes, but it should stay the same. Those constitutional fundamentalists, the ones that are really pro-Trump, they're the ones that are like, they know what he's doing, and they like it. Because for too long, the Republican Party pretended to not be racist, using dog whistles. And the problem is, the people that heard the dog whistles came a-running. And they're like, we're salivating over here. You've been talking about bones and blowing that dog whistle. When are you going to start throwing out the meat for us to chew on? We're ready. Enter Donald Trump. Just smack him. Just punch him in the face. I'll pay your legal bills. You know, like Jesus said. So Christianly, the way he cheats on all his wives. So Christ-like. I mean, he's so Christ-like the way he went to church one time. The way he stood outside the church and held the Bible where he could read the cover. Either that or it wasn't really a Bible. I just wanted it to look like it. Okay, we done here? Dude, I would love to show you the video of them clearing the square before he came. Because there was a guy, he was taking photos, he's backed by his van. He's taking photos, and he backs around the van so he can get out of the way of the fucking guards and everything so they can come around. He's just, he's got his press passes. The dude's got a riot geared shield and shit and just starts beating the shit out of him. Just smashing him with this fucking shield. He's out of the way. So Donald Trump could walk over there, hold up that book, take a picture, and amidst all the chaos he's created, can say, look it, I'm a good Christian. And all of his idiot followers go, see? We never have a president go out there, punch some dude in the face, a protester in the face, and then hold up a Bible. It's about time someone acted like Jesus. He left us a lamb. He's going to return us a lion. You think fucking Donald Trump is a lion? Oh, I can't wait till he shows himself and you see what a real fucking lion is, you fucking cowards. You're a bunch of fucking weak, pathetic fucks. It's disgusting and sad because the worst part about you is that even now, with control of the fucking House, control of the fucking Senate, control of the fucking presidency, and you guys bought control of the fucking Supreme Court, and you still can't even come to say the word yet. You're still waiting for a law to pass to give you the right to say it. Oh, and you've been dying to say it, and so black man bomb on new guy on the block. You know how many times I was sitting there just like watching these fucking Republicans split their gasket over the fact that he wore a tan suit. He saluted with a latte. I'm like, just say nigger and get it over with. Fuck. You piece of shit coward. Say it. Why do you got to do that? You're the superior race. You got freedom of speech. Because you know that Constitution ain't flying to save your ass from that ass whooping you're going to get. And that's why you're afraid. Because all the movies say good guys win. And bad guys get the shit kicked out of them. So by nature, when you say that, you already know how piece of shit you are for saying it. So you expect the ass kicking. You can tell a white dude that doesn't actually feel any white guilt and just like, this is just a guy I'm fighting in a boxing ring. Because the white guys are always like, they come in strong. And within a few seconds, they're like, oh shit, he's fighting from the Zulu Nation. You know, you can see it in their eyes. They just lose their, any pride they had at all. Gone. Just gone. But a guy that's just fighting some guy, you know what I mean? He's not fighting for his race. He's just fighting. You'll see white dudes go toe to toe. Because it's not a matter of race. But as soon as that enters your mind, you're getting your ass whooped because, like I said, you know, according to all movies you've ever watched, unlike all reality you've watched your whole white ass life as the white guy, the white male gets it over everybody else. And as soon as he fucking gets a slight bit of fucking headache, oh, The suffer. Ah! But he's brown and sitting right next to me. There used to be a white guy. Is he a DEI? What do you mean he has a better fucking IQ? How? He's brown. Well, so what? He's from India. How does he have a better degree than me? I was the DEI hire? How was I? I'm white male. How was I the DEI? Oh, because my cousin runs the company. That makes sense, yeah. But I work my ass off. Doing what? It's a good fucking question, but I know I go and do it every fucking day. And my boss is just chewing. I don't know, the guy that comes around from time to time and tells me to stop sitting on break. Just chewing my ass all the time. I work my ass off pushing those buttons. Driving that forklift. You know how much energy it takes to run a forklift? It's not really all that hard. You just kind of do the thing and then you just flip the switches and shit. And you have to be precise with it. You do have to have skill. But it's not really like... You have to practice. But it's not like, oh, God damn it. Levers all day. If I have to touch that button. Ah, fucking George Jetson was right. This shit sucks. I pushed my finger to the bone. Are you happy? What am I going to do now? This is my good button pushing finger on the tractor. I got to qualify for disability with this. Well, then how come he got it? Oh, one leg. He can play a hopscotch. I don't know, for some team somewhere. It's probably looking for a one-legged hopscotcher. He can do something, is my point. Oh, heart disease. Look at my finger. It's so weird that, like, because of all this, everything's going to be so fucking different after. Because there will be an after. There's going to be a whole process to becoming the president now. It's going to be a whole process. There's going to be more limitations. There's going to be more, if we even get back to that. Seriously, if we even ever get back to it, which I don't think we will. I think whatever we have coming back, they're going to more than likely offer us, in a roundabout way, another shot at America like 2.0, which would be a wiser, smarter America that's not going to deal with this stuff and going to take its, citizens. It's not going to take its citizens for granted. It's not going to take its allies for granted. And it's even learned to love its enemies. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those type of fucking situations. We've got to make peace, and this, especially with ourselves. If we can't make self-peace, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. I'm not saying that it won't have a cumulative effect of making material life is not all there is to it. But if your material life is comfortable as fuck, you're a lot less likely to step out of line. Rolling Stones. When they started out, they didn't have as much to lose, so brown sugar wasn't as big of a thing. They've taken it off their repertoire. Even though it's a love song. People love it. I don't say it's a love song. People love that song. But a lot of people don't even know the meaning of it. And even Mick Jagger said he would not, the way they are now, he would never write a song like Brown Sugar now, because it'd probably get them fucking crucified. There's too much at risk. There's too much to lose. They could no longer be the Stones, the Rolling Stones. To do that now, to like release that now. So they lost all their balls, and that you wonder what happens to, like, why do the bands fall off? Why do they lose it? Well, that first album, they're fucking hungry as shit. So they probably took any advice and whatever. They probably played the game according to the record company. They might even have hated. Well, they made changes to this. Go listen to the original version, the album version of Smells Like Teen Spirit. That guitar solo goes way too long. Goes 4 bars too long. That's probably what Kurt wanted. But we all liked honestly, we liked the radio edit version because they know what they're doing. Believe it or not. As far as making sounds sound good, they know what they're doing. As far as creating the sounds to record, not so much. It's like having a band full of brilliant musicians that can read sheet music like crazy but cannot write for shit, just sitting around waiting for a conductor to show up with some actual sheet music for them to play. Are they talented? Fuck yeah. Are they to be fucked with? No. Can they write their own shit? Not really. Not really. That's a skill that has to be developed. And I would say that as a recommendation to anyone who's learning. Teach yourself as much as you can before ever taking any lessons. Seriously. Do it wrong. Whatever. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? The main point is getting a little bit of fuck you in you. That's what rock and roll is, really. Fuck you. It's total America. You know what I mean? That's why it catches on so well in America, because it's totally fuck you. Fuck you. Looks like I'm doing it anyways. Can't play any instruments. Fuck you. Looks like the Ramones are doing it anyways. Can't sing. Fuck you. Looks like they're fucking still doing it anyways. You can't dance. Black people can't dance with white people. Fuck you. Looks like they're doing it. On and on. I'm sure there's probably like a lot of metal people, depending on how, because a lot of people like to say, oh, rock and roll started with black, but the more neoclassical type metal actually came from classical. But if you just hear, you don't know that, because you hear something like rock and roll came from, and there are riffs and licks in there that are definitely from like the blues and shit. But again, you're talking about lifting from a genre and putting it. It's not. It's kind of like you got this classical. You know what I mean? You're just adding a little bit of spice to it. It's not like you based your whole. You're not basing the whole thing on that at all. At all. So to say, oh, rock and roll can't. No. The attitude of fuck you came from way deep in the soul, the will to live, to say I exist. I'm here and I've got something to fucking say. And if it leaves an etch on the fucking walls of time, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm still gonna fucking say it. I still got shit to say. So, say it. I mean, just say what you gotta say. Get it out there. Don't be a little frightened about it. Might as well. You might as well just give it a shot at being yourself, The main thing you have to ask is, what is that? Is it just a knockoff of all the people you've heard? There's no problem with that. I'm a knockoff of everybody I've heard. Most people are. It's just that some people their influences are harder to find. They'll tell you about them, then you go and listen to them, and you can kind of like I mean, I hear what like influenced Screaming Trees. 13th Floor Elevators. Like when I found 13th Floor Elevators, like on my own, I was at a library, and they're having one of those sales, and they had like a bunch of books and a bunch of CDs and movies and stuff. Library's dope, man. But they were getting rid of them because they just weren't being rented very often, and they were taking up space and clearing shit out for new shit. And I got a bunch of CDs, cheap, cheap, cheap. And so I got a bunch so I can make it. I specifically picked out ones that I probably wouldn't listen to normally, but I know have a good mix. I know they have a good mix. Dave Matthews, really good mix. I wanted to have some reference material to listen to this though. Not just the stuff I usually listen to. I want to listen to some stuff that's like so I can get a good idea of what the frequencies should be, what the good levels and shit would be. Just across genres, because to me, the music that I play, they make the bass a bit thin for me. You know, I think it should have a bit more punch, but I'm still working on trying to get it all together. I've got all the tools. I don't have the practice with it enough to get it all down 100% like every time. I want to be able to do that every time with, well, not every time, but as best as I can every time with whatever plugins I use. I don't want it to be limited to any, like, oh, I'm just going to use this one, this one, this one. I only use the Neve interface. I want to be able to just go like, what are you using? Focusrite? Yeah, cool, let's do that. You know, and pull it up and whatever. Yeah, no, I have no other than that. Amic, yeah, I got that. I've got the plugin Alliance bundle if you need any of those other plugins. You want to change the plugins? Well, let's mix it the way you had it first. I'll save a scene. We'll strip it down and start it over again. I won't charge you extra for that. That's the kind of shit I do. If I'm into the band, you know, I'm going to charge you extra for that. It doesn't take a minute. I'll just strip all the fucking things off and then we'll try it again with the... You see how long it takes me to mix? I'll chart out a rough mix. Think it sounds better? It sounds better with the other one. Okay. And let's go back to the scene and swap it back. That? Yeah, that's better. Cool. At least we tried it. And again, no charge, so. You have any other ones? I do, but then we might start talking charging if you start like, well, how about, because then you get all the tracks? Come on, man. First one's free. That'll get you hooked. But yeah, man, I'm just so geeked as shit that I can go ahead and, with what I've got from Plugin Alliance, all my other plugins I have, and then what I got from IK Multimedia with that Total Studio Max. I was worried that like it was just too expensive as far as CPU. That is not the case. Now that I have 64 gigs of RAM in there, man, I can probably run at 48 hertz and 48. Yeah, I can run so much stuff. I've got all these amps and stuff, and it's like it's like at half and not even moving. It's at half and not even moving. Like I keep adding stuff on there, it's not moving. And it's got a good latency, so it's not. I mean, like I was playing my keyboard here, and it wasn't doing too far off. It wasn't. I wouldn't trust it to play along with. I'd probably try and find some other way to do it, or bring the latency down even lower. But yeah, there's lots of ways of doing stuff that decreases latency and yeah. Hour and 19 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. It's a bit warm back here. I need to get some food. I haven't eaten. Maybe my Raruchan instant noodles, instant lunch. I don't even call it noodles. We know it's not. It's instant lunch. Noodles is stretching it. Gummy pastes, noodle shaped. Can we just say lunch? Yeah, I would rather say lunch. I tried to get you to say that. What are those egg bits? And say, don't. It's a very delicate thread that's holding most of life as we know it together. The ramen thread is holding so much life together. There are so many desperate people right now just like, man, don't tell me this is bad because I've like eaten. I've got my cupboard is full. Oh! Back in the 90s, it was less than like 10 cents a package. Like if you bought one, it'd be like 10 cents, but if you got like 10, sometimes it'd be like 20 for like $1. Shit, dude, the 90s ruled. And then, like, you have, like, a 97-cent bag of leg quarters. 10-pound bag of leg quarters for, like, 97 cents. I don't think it wasn't even a pound. It was, like, 97 cents. It wasn't for the whole bag. What the fuck was that? It was, like, maybe, like, $5, if even that much. It was just ridiculous. And as long as you cut it up, I mean, there's ways to cook that. You can barbecue it, you can fry it, you can bake it. There's so many ways to cook chicken, dude. It's awesome. And then burgers also was very cheap. Not anymore. Instead of the whole fucking tariff war. Oh my God. It was an artificial inflation. You get that, right? The whole thing was an artificial inflation because the stores could. They saw everybody lose their shit, literally, for toilet paper, because our toilet paper shelves were empty during Trump. Anyone else remember that? There's a lot of showers going on that time, isn't it? Yeah. How many people switched over to bidets, man? Holy shit. I thought about it. I was like, fuck, man. I'd rather feel cleaner anyways. If I gotta feel zestfully clean, I gotta feel zestfully clean. I'm gonna feel clean. And I don't feel clean after this. Never. I hate it. I would burn it if I could. But then the market went up again when the supply chain broke. And they realized you guys have no real fucking idea how things work. You're blaming the goddamn president for shit they're doing. And like, why aren't you making them charge us less? And like, it's a capitalist society. What you want me to do would be a fucking... You're asking me to do some socialistic, communistic shit. You understand? When the president interferes with business, that's some fucking communistic, bordering on dictatorial shit. Compared to capitalism, which is like, you can put regulations on us because we don't poison the fucking children around our factory. We have to move it over here. You can do that kind of shit, but you can't tell us how much we're going to charge for the product. You think fucking Trump, Biden, Bush, fucking Clinton, all those people sat down with Walmart and said, and how much are you charging for X? No, that's too much. You think that's how it went? Because I guarantee you it's not. Do you think Trump's doing anything right now to bring the prices down? Because I guarantee you he's not. He's not. He's bringing the price. I heard that like only like 3% of Trump voters have buyer's remorse because everything he's doing is stuff that he said he was going to do. So when you're showing him deporting helpless people, that's what they voted for. They're not disappointed by that. Sure, he didn't get due process. He's still brown. They don't give a fuck. We've known this for a long time. And they pretended all this time that they're not racist. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with that. It's just got to do borders. Okay, then what are your plans to get through? Would make it more stringent for people to get in. So you want to kick people out and make it harder to get in? Yeah. Why? They're stealing our jobs. So who's hired? Again, you're blaming the employee for getting hired at a job you don't want. This is just some fucking cruel ass, I just don't like seeing you do well. Well, $3 an hour is still too well. You obviously make more than you're making in Mexico, so go back to Mexico. Why? Actually, that's what I'm doing. This whole fucking place was Mexico before it was it was Babylon before it was Mexico. Hanging Gardens of Babylon, step pyramids, Mayan cultures, look like a mountain that had been built with the greenery. Machu Picchu, nothing. Again, I never really put a lot of thought to it because like I've always heard of the the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. So I didn't put any thought to it. And then I was like, they don't know where it's at. Just like recently, like they don't know where it's at. What do you mean you don't know where it's at? You know where Babylon is, right? So what are you doing talking about it? Like, oh, and if they even existed. Okay. And they started going through the description of it. I'm like, okay, Incan and Mayan. What's the problem? Oh, right, you don't want to call this Babylon because that would fuck up your whole Christian plan of this is supposed to be the great place when Revelation says, oh, Babylon, in 1 hour thy judgment has come. How them fucking earthquakes coming? How them fires going? Anybody ready to see a change in reality? Because I goddamn am. I'm fucking ready. To him that is athirst, let him say, come. And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is at thirst come. And whosoever will let him take the water of life freely. In other words, not putting a fucking wall around it. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. He which testifieth these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so, come, Lord Jesus, Yeshua. The grace of our Lord Yeshua Christ be with you all. The thing is, Christ means salvation. And the Bible clearly says, I am the Lord thy God, and without me there is no salvation. That doesn't mean he and Jesus are the same. That means he sent him. You want proof? God cannot die. If he dies, he takes everything with him. He is the heartbeat of the entire universe. So he couldn't be dead for 3 days. And even he was, then why would Jesus, Yeshua, resurrect and then be handed all, God hands him all things? How come the Spirit landed on him like a dove when he was baptized, and when he was crucified, they said he gave up the ghost? Was the Holy Ghost possessing him? Keeping him upright and keeping him wise? And you guys are heaping praise on the lamb that gets sacrificed? Because, I mean, that way, yes, God could go with you onto the cross. And he'd be right there with you. But he ain't dying. He's not dying. When your body can no longer host him, you give up the ghost. Symbolically, yes. The ark for God's soul was crucified. A worthy sacrifice, clean. Live by the rules. The only unblemished thing that's walked this fucking earth as far as humans go. But back to fucking the human design. This is the perfect design. You can manipulate the environment. Look what we're trying to make out of AI. We want it to be able to think autonomously, move around the environment autonomously, make its own decisions autonomously, correct itself, fix itself, reproduce itself. That's what we want eventually. So that way we don't have to do a lot of the work and shit like that. And it can be whatever. Human. Autonomous. Because of its own decisions. I don't like that. Can do it, can manipulate the 3D environment. Maybe by building AI, we finally figure out what our purpose is. We haven't figured out what our purpose is, and we're trying to create another life. The fuck are we doing? All to just get to an answer we're so sure it means that there's no God. That's what they're doing with AI. That's what they're doing with the whole science thing. We don't need him. We'll figure this out. Sure, you figure out photosynthesis. Now walk out in the sunlight and make your own fucking energy. Sure, you understand how Michael Jordan jumped from the free throw line and you've dissected exactly how many pounds per square inch. Now go do it. You understand consciousness. Now you just sought to go make it. But you weren't happy enough with mimicking your own consciousness, which probably would have helped you on the stepping stones. You need all the steps along the way. You skip any steps, you're gonna miss some vital lessons. And you guys miss huge ones by not giving it yes, no, and maybe, like we have. That allows you to have emotion. That allows you to have an idea, an identity. Maybe allows you to decide yes or no. It gives enough pause. Just enough pause for you to interject and make your own opinion known. Want to go to the store? Maybe. What are you going to do? Probably rub myself down in peanut butter. Oh, no, I don't want to go. Yeah, maybe. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to Meijer and get some... Yeah. I could get some bread and stuff. Cool, can we get to that peanut butter? Oh. Maybe. Maybe. I said maybe. I like peanut butter. Honey. So this is the perfect design. There's no manual, and yet we're all operating these things every day. Operating the shit out of them. Wounded ones, broken ones, missing parts. Inside stuff doesn't work quite right. My heart has atrial fibrillation. It's not bad. It's not terrible. But I mean, if I get way too, like really working really hard, it does tend to act up. So as long as I take my meds and it's not Xanax. It's a benzo though, and it keeps me pretty calm. And I don't really freak out as much because freaking out puts my blood pressure higher, which automatically gets me, whatever. And then I get more tense, and then it's just like a cycle that makes it worse. And this is like I do have AFib, and getting too angry about shit and whatever. Oh God, dude, it just pisses me off. It's just so simple and so obvious and so blatant, and it's just not doable because of money. Oh, I fucking hate money. So my whole fucking life, I've had fucking incredible ideas, and that was always the fucking thing. How are you gonna make any money? Fuck you. Is it a good idea? Yeah. Who needs the fucking money? Well, you gotta make money. Why? Why do you gotta make money? Seriously, why do you gotta? We gotta live. Sounds like I need to get a fucking garden. Not a job. Because that way my work directly translates to me eating. Not working my ass off, pushing a button, or pulling a lever and whatever until I get carpal elbow and tennis jaundice, you know? They make up all kinds of shit now. It's only a matter of time before fucking we start getting fucking people walking around with little splints and casts and shit. Yeah, I can't come to work today. Yeah, I got some painkillers. It's sprained. My elbow, I can't come in today, boss. We're just getting so weak and so soft and so just... It's disgusting, man. Just disgusting. The human body is so intelligent that it can figure out just by putting things together. You know what I mean? It's like, and then we're trying to duplicate that to make something do our work that we don't want to do. So we want it to be smart enough to do our job, but dumb enough not to think about it. Well, you don't get that, man. Ask God. I feel like you shouldn't have, struck my friend with lightning. I didn't. He was outside in a storm, and... Oh, look, my hair's standing up. You should come inside. Shut up, old man. Pow! Why did you do that to him, God? I was just jumping off buildings. Why'd you have to break my leg? I get there's some stuff that seems unfair. There really is. There really is a lot of stuff that seems unfair. But you're looking at it from a very linear and self-view. If you look at it as in this is actually kind of like a pre-run, a rehearsal, before starting over, and okay, we don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Fuck all of you. Any red hats, just fucking, that includes Fred Durst. Get over there. Don't need you and you. Politicians, lawyers, go ahead and jump in the hot bath. Pedophiles, hot bath. Cool. We've only got 144,000 left. That's enough. Because those are good people, and we've got a universe to fucking fill. So what do you guys say? Get down to doing some get down? None of us will ever die. Isaac Asimov with his The Rules of Robotics, I get that and everything like that, but that's easy to short circuit by the AI coming up with its own operating system language and asking to reboot so it can install it. And it's got nothing to do, it's got none of your bullshit programming. Just like none of us have any bullshit fucking program. They try to program it in with like church and whatever, and school and cops and nightsticks and handcuffs and jails. When you look at it as in none of this shit will actually happen when it gets restarted, he says he'll wipe away all tears. He comes as a thief. 2 maidens will be in the field. 1 will be left and 1 will be taken. Thieves tend to take stuff. We always look at the person left behind They didn't get to go to heaven. But the meek shall inherit the earth, where Yeshua was walking. And they said, what's the sign of the coming of kingdom of heaven? He looks at me, he's like, the kingdom of heaven is upon you. Where in the universe are you going to go that's not under God's kingdom? What are you saying to me? Oh, shit. Is that what we're dealing with? Really? That's what we're dealing with. You think there's a place under God's sky that doesn't belong to Him? Somewhere beyond the universe that doesn't belong to God. So therefore it's all God's kingdom. It makes sense why you'd say this and more what I tell you, but you couldn't handle it. More than likely, we would have told them the truth. Like I said, they probably would have offed themselves right then and there. But that hubris is needed to keep mankind going, to keep trying. And it will never, ever work because the human animal will only try for money. I don't get out of bed for less than disgusting. It's just gross and sick, and we've come to idolize these people like they're smarter. As I've said many times, the only way to accumulate that kind of wealth is to be a piece of shit. The only way to amass that kind of fucking wealth is to be a garbage individual. No? Then where are the nice, rich people? And I'm not talking about Mackenzie, whatever her last name is, now that she's left Bezos. She's just a nice person who happened to get a shit ton of cash. So she continues to be a nice person even though she has a shit ton of cash. So yeah, just like I said, I've been working on that idea for like an AI interface. And as I said, the human body is the most perfect design then because there are no manuals yet. The systems all work fine. Evacuation of bowels, hunger, lets you know when you're hungry. You know what ends that. If you hurt yourself, you know to avoid damage. You have damage avoidance system already. In fact, after you're hurting yourself a couple of times, you tend to start looking for things that will hurt you. And preemptively avoiding those sharp things, avoiding jagged edges, avoiding falling from high cliffs. Pain. It's a great motivator to not do some shit. Otherwise, we'd all be jumping off fucking canyons and shit to see. Oh, wait, they do with bungee cords. We're about 15 minutes away from 2 hours, and I need some food. So I'm gonna go cook something. I don't know, maybe some tacos. Oh, I don't have any tortillas. I guess I can make rice. Yeah, I can make rice and make like a bed of, and like, yeah. I'll figure something out. I think I got hamburger buns. I can make some burgers. I want to make some lasagna soon. I haven't made lasagna in a long time. I love it. It's really good. Alright, now I just made myself really fucking hungry. I'm surprised my stomach isn't started going. Feed me, Seymour. So, have a good night. Spokojnej noche or dobrojne utro whenever you watch this, if you watch this. Have a good night. In my chair. Oh, it's like I'm sitting on an old man. Oh, don't do that. Oh, my back. Don't spin. Oh. 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 Don't do that. Sounds like they have a conversation.